Hi, good evening, everybody, and welcome to our day number 2 for the webinar for SBL December 2024 attempt. This is Hasan Dossani here. And yesterday we had our day number 1 of the webinar, and we discussed a lot of things yesterday. We discussed the formats, the professional skills, the exam techniques, and tips from global prize winners. Right. So today we will be talking about technical articles. We will do some drafting practice. I will share the list of important topics and the study plan for the last 3 weeks for the exam. Right. So how to ask question? You can type your question in the chat box after every couple of slides. I will stop and go through the chat box. But please, your question should pertain to the topic under discussion. Any open-ended question, hold it, and I will give time to open-ended questions at the end of the webinar. Okay? Those of you who don't have my WhatsApp number, this is my personal WhatsApp number. Kindly save it so that you can reach out to me in case you have any questions after the webinar. And this is the link to my global SBL group. You can join this. I can share this link on the WhatsApp group after the webinar. In case you are not part of the global WhatsApp group, you're always welcome to join this group. All right, now, technical articles. So the good news is that there is no technical article relating to SBL. Nothing has been published since last 12 months. All right. And the articles which were published before that have already been tested in your exams. All right. So nothing to worry about on technical articles. Usually the pattern is if there is a new or a recent technical article, then that particular topic normally comes in your exam. But there is no new technical article till now. In case they publish something in the next couple of weeks, then I will cover it separately in my classes. But as of now, there is no technical articles, so nothing to worry about. All right. Now, today I want to spend some quality time on drafting. So yesterday we discussed all the formats, we discussed the professional skills, and we discussed the exam techniques, which also included how do we draft, how do we link, how do we decide the number of points, how do we decide the timing. So all that we will try and apply today by doing one question. So the question which I have selected is from SBL Specimen Paper 1, which is called PSS. Right? And we will be doing question number 2B. So please open up your CB platform and please open up specimen paper number 1. You have 1 minute to open up this paper, because I want you to do it with me simultaneously. Please open up your CBE platform, specimen paper number 1, 30 more seconds. All right, so I'm opening my CBE platform. It is specimen paper number 1. Resume. So this case study, the name is Peel Sleep Solution, is a company which manufactures bed mattresses in Zealand. That is the nature of our business, that we are manufacturers of bed mattresses in a country called Zealand. You are an independent business analyst employed to advise the board on various blah blah blah. So our role is independent business analyst. We are an outsider, we are an external person, right? So when we are drafting our answers, we have to keep our role in mind, that our tone, our draftings should be from an external consultant's point of view. And it is currently September 20x3. This is the date which we will be using in our various formats across the answers, right? Now, please open up task number 2B. All right, so task number 2B. So all tasks, all questions normally has three components. So the first component is the background information of that task. The second component is the technical or the main requirement, which is worth 12 marks. And the third component is the professional skills marks. So you see there are three components: the background, the technical requirement, and the professional skills. Please, can you read the background, the tech requirement, and the professional skills? You have 30 seconds. All right, so the background says that the HR director is wondering if PSS could consider introducing a talent management program to identify more suggestions for improvement and develop the skills and competencies of the workforce. That's the background of the requirement. Draft an email to the HR director which advises on how a talent management program can support PSS's values together with the challenges PSS may face with such a program. Okay, so basically, in simple words, we are supposed to talk about the pros and the cons, or the advantage or the challenges with a talent, if we implement a talent management program, right? And the professional skills are available for commercial acumen, which obviously it's straightforward in the sense that we are now talking about talent management, right? So that's kind of HR, that's a human resource activity. So that will demonstrate if we are able to identify the advantage, disadvantage of talent management program, we will be able to demonstrate to the examiner that we know what human resource or HR or training is all about, right? So commercial acumen in demonstrating awareness of the extent to which talent management could support PSS. So if we can talk about the advantages properly, automatically we will score good marks in commercial acumen. Right, so is the requirement clear? It's pretty straightforward that the company, the HR director is thinking of implementing a talent management program, and she wants us to discuss or advise us the benefits or how it can support our values together with the challenges, right? Now, what is the total marks for this requirement? 12 plus 4, 16. How many points required for 16 marks? Ideally 8 points, but minimum 7 points. If we are not able to give 8 points, then at least 7 points, right? 7 to 8, right? 4 points each, no Pasha. So there is, please guys, there is no such rule of half advantages and half disadvantages. I covered this yesterday as well. It all depends on the availability of information in the exhibit, right? Now, can anybody tell me what should be the allowed time? So 12 plus 4 into 1.8. Allowed time for this question, 29 minutes. Correct. This is all part of basic planning. Number of points we should keep in mind. The allowed time we should keep in mind. What is the format required? Email. So before we start to read the exhibit, we will first prepare the skeleton, the template, and then we will start reading the exhibit. Do we know which exhibit is linked to this requirement? We did it yesterday, remember? We had marked this yesterday. So we know that for this requirement, exhibit 3 is the relevant exhibit. All right, so before we read the exhibit, we have to prepare the skeleton of this, correct? So please open up your Word document and prepare an email, the skeleton with the broad headings. I'm done with the format. You have 1 more minute. If you are done, please type done. No insha. So my paid students, you are now very familiar with the format. So you should be able to do the format pretty quickly. Oh, I see. A lot of students have already done it. Right. So you see, this is the benefit of practicing, that your speed, your confidence is far better, right? 20 more seconds. Because there are, non like self-study students here in the webinar as well, I'm deliberately going a bit slow. All right. So the format should look like, on the top, we will give the heading email to the HR director from our role, which is independent business analyst. Subject. Subject should be short. Okay. So normally the easiest way to identify the subject is you just pick up the topic. What is the topic here? The topic is talent management program, right? The question, the requirement will tell you which topic. So I just pick up the topic, talent management program. And the date has been given as September X3. Then the opening sentence, this email, and then the rest I copy pasted exactly from the requirement. Then I gave 2 broad headings. You can write advantages, disadvantages, but I prefer to use the terminologies used in the requirement. So if you read the requirement, they want us how it supports our values. So support values and challenges, and then the closure. So my format is now ready. I want, so what is a talent management program? In simple layman uh, meaning, a talent management program is basically a structured training and development program for the staff. It's not internship. It is a proper, structured training and development program, a long-term training and development program for our employees, especially the good employees, the potential employees, the high performer employees. We want to train them better and better and then promote them into new roles, right? So that's the objective or the simple meaning of a talent management program. Okay, it's basically a proper training and development program for our staff. Now, I want you to think. I want you to think about three advantages to the organization, how training can benefit any organization. Think and then write. What can be the benefits? Increased productivity, very good. Improved quality, very good. Improved performance, very good. More, better efficiency, better motivated and competent staff, very good. Improved professional competence, better speed, efficiency, better knowledge. Motivation, absolutely correct. So from a customer's point of view, how can we benefit from a customer's point of view? Any idea? Yeah, we'll be able to give better quality, better services, higher customer satisfaction, low customer complaints, right? Good. Better customer retention, that's good. Low complaints, low warranty, low guarantee claims. Very good. Now, now I want you to think about three or four disadvantages or challenges. But first think and then write. High cost, it requires a cost, there's a cost implication, resistance, staff might leave, it requires time because staff will have to give time to training. Done. So you have basic knowledge of training, right? We know few advantages and few disadvantages. Any questions so far? Right. Now, I want to show you something very interesting. If you open up the requirements, if you read the background, this paragraph, I was able to spot two advantages in the background itself. This is the background is giving us some hint. So it says that introducing a talent management program to identify more suggestions for improvement. So if you have a good talent management program, we will be able to improve. We will get more suggestions for improvements, innovations, and develop the skills and competence And second advantage is also a hint is there, right? Do you understand what I'm saying? That sometimes in the background information, some hints are given. So I know that, when I'm drafting, I can look for points to support these two objectives or hints. Yes, we will use that in our answers. So that is why it's important to read the background information, because sometimes some points, some hints are provided in the background which you can easily pick up in your drafting, right? Now, let's open up the exhibit 3. Our template is ready. Now, I want you to read this exhibit. The subject is staff training and development. All right. So that's what a talent management program is. And please read this and see if you can identify some advantages, challenges, which we can use as opening sentence. You have 5 minutes. Time starts now. Dhawal, we will just talk about pros and cons. Okay, so it's a very short, simple exhibit. So it says that I think some of the comments may be useful to us in improving our performance and meeting our mission, values, and vision. We develop talented employees further into possible future roles. It will encourage more suggestions for improvement. And again, repetitive, same thing. It's being repeated. And knowledge of talent management program is limited. So I don't see a lot of direct points, just the simple points that it will improve our performance, it will develop the skills and competencies for future roles, right? Very limited exhibit. How many points are required? Can anybody remind me? 8 points. So were you able to identify proper 8 points from the exhibit? No, right? We can identify 2 or 3 points from the exhibit. Okay. Now, what do we do in this case then? From where can we find more points? Pre-seen, absolutely correct. So our first source of information is the exhibit. As I said, 80 to 90% we rely on exhibit. If the exhibit is insufficient, our second source of information is the pre-seed. Very good. So read the requirement again. Advise on how a talent management program can support PSS values. That's the requirement, right? So do you think we should check out the values first and then we try to link with the values? Exactly. We need to first understand what is your values, and then we will try to think about how talent management program can contribute towards your values, right? Right. So let's open up the pre-scene. Please open up your pre-scene, page number 10. On page number 10, you will see our mission. The mission is there, the vision is there, and our values. So we will focus on the values. So what is our values? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 values. Are you on the right page? Do you see the values? So in the pre-scene, our values have been clearly defined. We have total 6 values. So our first value is quality as an sorry, I'm saying our, but actually my role is external consultant. So I shouldn't be using the word our, right? Because then I sound like an insider. But just for explanation purposes, I am using the word ours for discussion purposes, right? But when we are drafting, we have to use a third person tone. Is that clear? I don't want any confusion. I'm just saying ours right now for discussion and explanation purposes. So PSS, the first value is quality. Can anybody remind me what we do? What is our business? We manufacture bed mattresses. We produce, we manufacture, right? Right. So our first value is quality has always been at the heart of PSS business. So this company PSS, they focus a lot on quality. It's a quality focused company. They believe in manufacturing good quality mattresses for the customers. All our products are thoroughly tested to ensure that strict manufacturing quality and safety requirements are met. So, what's the bottom line? That we are uh, quality focused. Now, do you think a proper training and development program can help us achieve this value, right? How? Right. If our staff are better trained. So you see, so what? So that's our first point, that quality, that we always focus on quality. And if we have a talent management program that will improve the skills and competence, which will result in better quality of our mattresses, right? Very good. Just copy the first sentence as opening sentence. So that's my first point. Okay. Quality. So I will now so I just copied the first sentence, which says that quality is important for us. And then later on, I will elaborate on it and link it with the talent management program. But at the moment, I'm just identifying some points, some statement of facts, so that I can elaborate on them later on. Now let's move to innovation. Our second value is innovation. We aim to create innovative products which sets new benchmarks in meeting customer demand. And if you also read the exhibit, there was something about innovation, improving performance, encourage more suggestions. So innovation, all right. So just copy this sentence, innovative products. That's our second point. We will talk about innovation. And how do you think training can contribute towards innovation? Any idea? How a proper training can help us in innovation? Yes, the employees, when they have better understanding, they will share new ideas, new techniques, excellent suggestions. creative ideas. Very nice. So it will help us come up with new ideas and hence better or more innovation, new features. Excellent, excellent. Easy or difficult? Exactly. This is all just common sense and commercial acumen and logical thinking. Now, let's go to customer service is our third um, value. Our customers are the key to the continued success and the PSS business, and their needs are always so customer service. So you think good training will help us achieve our objective of customer service? What do you think? Can it improve customer service if we train our staff? They will handle customers properly, nicely. It will improve customer satisfaction. It will improve customer retention. It will reduce customer complaints and returns. Excellent, excellent. So I will just copy it as on a third point. Customer service. So this one was about quality. This is about innovation. This one about customer service. Sustainability. I don't think this is something to do with staff training or anything. Now, employee welfare. So, employee welfare. Our employees are an integral part of our success. So, we value our employees. So, you think training can help us achieve this value of employee welfare? Like we are caring employee, do you think it will providing good training to the employees, developing their knowledge, developing their skills can help us contribute towards this value? Yes, of course. The employees will feel more motivated, right? It will result in better productivity, better output, less errors. It will reduce. Do you think it will reduce staff turnover? Absolutely, yes. Do you think it will help us attract more talented workforce? Yes. So I'll just copy this and then, all right. So the sixth one is ethics. All right. So four values are more than enough, which are directly linkable to training. Ethics and sustainability is not directly related to training, right? So four is enough. Now let me go through the exhibit. Any points from here? Improving our performance and meeting our overall mission and values. We've covered the values. Develop talented employees further into future possible roles and positions. So this is something interesting, that if we launch a talent management program, it will help us develop employees into possible future roles and positions. This is called succession planning. So I will explain that. So I will just copy this line and add it here. Engage in more suggestions for improvement. We've covered that. Develop, done. What about this sentence? My knowledge of talent management program is limited. Can that be a challenge? That the organization does not have any experience or knowledge about talent management program? It's a weakness, right? So I will copy it and I will paste it under challenge. Done. I'm done with the reading. So did you see what I did? I first went through the exhibit. I went through the pre-scene and I picked up some relevant sentences or points, which I call statement of fact or punchlines. So now I'm done. I've picked up some points. These are some of the points which I picked up from the exhibit or the pre-scene. Any questions so far? Now, what's the next step? I have my punchlines. I have copy pasted some stuff from the exhibit or the pre-scene. What's the now the drafting comes in? Now I have to elaborate on these points. Simply copy pasting like this and leaving it like this will not get you any marks. So now we have to elaborate this point and connect it with training or talent management program, how talent management program can help. So now I can now focus on drafting. So the first point, quality has always been at the heart of PSS business. Now, how do you think quality can be improved through training? So I will say talent management program. I want to use the abbreviation talent management program because it will be very time consuming to type talent management program so many times. So I can just define it here, right? I've defined the abbreviation here. And now as a talent management program will improve the skills of our staff, which will lead to better quality of matrices. Is that okay? TMP will talent management program will improve the skills of your staff. Sorry, we have to use the third party tone. The quality has always been at the heart of the PSS business. TMP will improve the skills of your staff, which will lead to manufacture of better quality matrices. Done? Any questions so far? Is that okay? Hence, talent management program will help you achieve your value of quality. Enough. What heading should we give to this point? Quality. That's it. Because we are talking about focusing on quality. We gave the heading quality and we gave an opening sentence and then we explained how TMP will improve, how it will contribute in achieving this value. Clear? Can you please draft something on similar lines and paste it in the chat box? No need to bold or do anything because it will take time. Just plain simple drafting. Yes, Saloni. More than enough. Mohammad Zoe, where is your opening sentence? Amna, where is your opening sentence? No, who's this? Muhammad Umar? Muhammad Umar? You are not supposed to write from pre-scene. Why you are writing this? Guys, please follow the instructions properly. The next point is about innovation, right? So what should be the heading? Our next value is innovation. So innovation should be the heading. Very good. What is our opening sentence? We aim to create innovative products. No, we have to change it. PSS aims to create innovative products, right? Did you understand what I did? We amended the opening sentence to make it from a third party point of view. PSS aims to create innovative products. Now, can you please drive? Okay, let's move to the third one. Customer service, right? Your customers are the key to continued success. TMP, very simple, very logical, very simple. Yeah, okay, good. Very nice. So basically, we are talking about the impact, right? That what will be the impact on the business? That's the secret of SBL drafting. We usually try to explain the impact on the business, how it will affect the business. Very nice. I hope everybody is giving the subheading, right? Because nobody is pasting the subheading here. The fourth one is employees welfare, right? So the heading should be, I amended the punchline from an external party point of view. PSS employees are an integral part of your success. Now, what can be the advantage from an employee's point of view? They will be more motivated, better productivity, reduced staff turnover, right? So we'll just explain all these things. Let me see. No, Pritika. I want to see the word better, higher motivation, better productivity, lower staff turnover. These are some keywords. Better, higher motivation, lower turnovers, efficiency, productivity. Good. All right. So now you've got a pretty good idea how to handle this, right? Can I give one suggestion if you want to score some extra marks? Can I give you one tip if you want to score extra marks? Okay, very simple. I'll open up the pre-scene. Now in pre-scene, some statistics or KPIs are always given. Okay. In your pre-scene, some financials, some statistics, some KPIs are given. So if we can mention the KPIs or we can link the KPIs with our drafted answer, you will get extra marks. Understood? So if we are able to link one or two KPIs with one of our points, you will get extra marks. So for example, if you scroll down in pre-scene, what has been given? So revenue, gross profit, operating profit, ROS. What about this number of returns? Number of returns that our mattresses have been returned because they were faulty. Can we use this? So our number of returns is going up. You can see there was no returns and then the number of returns has started going up. Is that good or bad? Which means there is some quality issues, right? Why would a customer return it? Normally, the main reason is some defect or he's not happy with the product or there's a quality issue, right? Do we have any point on quality? So can we, if we just go there and mention this extra point from the statistics, you will get one extra mark. So this will reduce the number of returns from customers, which has been increasing over the years. And hence TMP will be able to achieve. So this extra sentence, this will reduce the number of returns which has been increasing over the years. This extra sentence, which I picked up from the KPI, will get you one extra free mark. Now it's up to you whether you want to take it or not. Now, usually, staff turnover is also given. Usually, staff turnover is also given. But in this particular case study, I have not seen any statistics on staff turnover. But usually in most of the case studies, staff turnover has been given. So in case, assuming if the staff turnover graph was there and it was increasing, would we be able to use it somewhere in our answer? Which point? In which point we are talking about staff turnover? Yes. So in case any statistics was given relating to staff turnover, I would have mentioned or referred to the statistics under employee welfare to get one extra marks. Okay. So remember this technique that when try to refer to the statistics, the KPIs, the more you can link your answers and back it up with statistics and KPIs, you will get extra marks. Yes, Naivani, you are right, but we have not read that exhibit, right? So that's okay. No big deal. Now, once Naivani is saying that in the last exhibit, Naivani is saying that in the last exhibit, it is mentioned that the staff turnover is increasing. I don't know, where is it mentioned? Where is it mentioned? Oh, sorry, Nanvi. My mistake. Nanvi, where is it mentioned in the last exhibit? That the staff turnover, second exhibit. Oh, problem. Forget about it. But in case when you read some other exhibit and at that time you identify a point or a statistics, you can always go back and add one sentence, right? You can go back and edit your draft and add that extra sentence. Is that clear? Okay, now, so we've done quality, we talked about innovation, we talked about customer service, we talked about employee welfare. There's one more point. Develop talented employees further into possible future roles and positions. This is we picked up from the exhibit. Anyone has any idea what this sentence means? All right. So this basically is called succession planning. Succession planning, the word succession comes from the word successor. And what is the meaning of successor? Successor means that who will replace you. For example, I'm the CFO of my company, right? If I resign tomorrow or if I die, then my number two is trained enough to step into my role. Do you understand? So this, for all senior positions, a proper succession planning is done so that if any senior person resigns or dies or whatever, instead of hiring from outside, we prefer promoting people from inside. What is the advantage of this? What is the advantage of promoting people from inside rather than, yes, like in a cricket team, there's a vice captain, there's a captain, right? So the advantage of promoting from inside, A, it will be faster. It will be faster, right? Because when we try to look for from someone outside, it could take 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. So it's faster and it's the knowledge. The person has the knowledge of the organization already, right? So he will quickly settle down into the role. And we will save on recruitment cost. And it will create more motivation and excitement in the staff, right? Opportunities, motivation, chances of growth. So now you understand what is succession planning and why is it important? Succession planning. So if we train our staff properly, do you think it will help in succession planning? They will be properly trained to take over new roles or promotional roles, higher roles. Done. Good. So what should be the heading? I'm done. Plain, simple, basic logic. This will lead to better succession planning, higher motivation, and lower recruitment cost. Khalas. Please draft something similar. Try to draft a bit short. Some of you are writing more elaborative answers. Try to simplify or shorten your answer because of time management. Okay, because this has to be done in 29 minutes, in which you have to read the exhibit, you have to make the format, you have to draft, you have to read the pre-scene. So please avoid elaborative drafting. To the point, short and simple, please. Don't compromise on the keywords, but try to draft. Don't try to elaborate too much because then your answer will take more time. Sorry, Umar, I cannot do that. You can easily Google it. It's very simple concept. All right. So we've got like 5 advantages. So now it's time to move towards challenges. So the first point is that the HR director does not have does have very limited knowledge. So what is the first challenge which I want to discuss as a advisor or as a consultant, that TMP requires certain expertise, right? TMP requires certain expertise. So what do you suggest? Implementing and managing a proper talent management program requires certain expertise. So either you recruit someone with the right expertise and experience, or you outsource it to a specialist. Simple. If we don't have the expertise, then there are two options, right? Either we recruit someone with the expertise, or we can outsource this task to a specialist company. Simple. Let's draft it. You can say your knowledge of talent management program is limited, since talent management program requires expertise. PSS may need to recruit. Plain and simple, to the point. Please read this and then draft it in similar lines. Yes, we don't have to talk about cost, because, cost gives a mentality of an accountant. It's not always something based on, decisions are not always based on cost, right? It's about quality as well. Everything is not yes, cost will be a consideration, definitely. But from an exam point of view, I will keep it as a last point. Nainavi, good point. Nainavi is saying, sir, why we are, instead of writing the impact, why we are suggesting? Interesting. You can either write the impact, or you can suggest. You just need to elaborate on something, right? What is the thought in your mind? If you can easily write the impact. So what can be the impact? Okay, let's discuss. What can be the impact if we don't have TMP expertise and we roll out this program, we implement this program without having expertise? What can be the impact? It will not achieve the objectives, or the advantages. It might result in waste of time and resources. Program might fail, right? So whatever is easy for you guys, if you can talk about the impact, if the program is not managed properly, it might demotivate the employees. It can wastage of resources, time, cost, human resource, right? Whatever is easy for you. So from an exam point of view, I always think, what is easy for me to draft? So now it's up to you. You can either talk about the impact, that's perfectly fine, or you can suggest something like, for challenge, Whatever is easy. If you want, I can change my draft as well. Okay, I will change it because I think it's causing confusion. Done. If TMP is implemented without proper expertise, the program might fail and will not achieve the objectives, leading to loss of time and resources. I don't want to use the word costs because, cost is one of the aspects. Understood? No, Mohammed, it will be too lengthy. So someone is asking, can we give the impact and the suggestions? It will be too lengthy. Your point should not be more than 2 or 3 lines. All right. Now we need to add. So how many points are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need to add 2 more points. So let's add 2 more challenges. So what should be the heading for this point? Expertise. Now you can add any 2 disadvantage which you think you can easily explain. So what advantages can we losing employees to competitors? Okay. What about resistance? So normally in a training program, the most common thing is employee resistance. Not everybody is interested in training. It might be time consuming because employees will need to allocate or give extra time for training, right? It can cause business disruption. Yes, correct. So let's talk about time. Is that okay? There is no opening sentence here because now we are creating extra points from our own head, right? We can talk about cost, okay? Cost will be easy to explain. How do we elaborate on it? How do we elaborate on cost? What kind of cost do you think will be incurred? We can talk about giving, what kind of cost will be there? The cost of hiring an expert or cost of outsourcing, hiring an, right, right. So, so extra cost is good or bad? What's the impact of extra cost? It will reduce what? It will reduce the profitability, not revenue, profitability. Right. Let me check the pre-scene whether we have any statistics. So our revenue, oh my God, look at our operating profit. Our operating profit has been falling, right? Although revenues are going up, but our profits are falling. Very good. So I can say that the operating profit is already falling. All right, guys, please draft. No, Amir. Yes, Vakas. No, Julian. No, Mishis. No, Mishti. It's not like that. 2 points, 2 marks, Mishti. No, Yash. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We are done. So, guys, the whole purpose of solving this, drafting this question was to demonstrate to you that it's not, SBL is all about linking and drafting. The way you pick up your point and the way you explain your point, like the impacts, and if possible, if any statistics or KPI is given, how I link that to gain extra marks. Look at the format, proper format is there, broad headings are there, all the subheadings are there, closure is there. So SBL is all about presenting your answer in a professional manner. Now, this answer is very professional, right? It is telling the HR director what are the advantages, how it's helping in our values, what can be the challenges. So all this can only improve through more and more practice. The drafting and also how to pick up the punchline, how to link. Okay, so this is what you will need to learn in SBL. SBL is not about chapters and books, it's about practice and drafting. Okay, so do you think, sure. So do you think this drafting was helpful, especially for self-study students? Now, do you have an idea how to draft, how to pick up point, how to link, what should be the size of your points? Yeah, I'm happy to hear that. So if my paid students, you are already, we have been already drafting since last 1 month or more, right? But those students who are not enrolled with me, if you think this was helpful, then you might consider enrolling in my revision drafting batch starting from 5th of November, in which we will be solving 7 to 8 past papers in the same manner. All right. So now let's go back to the presentation. So we have done a solved a, so we've solved this question. Any questions so far before I proceed? Yeah, double spacing looks good, right? I will share the PDF. Any questions regarding drafting? All right, so let's take a small break and then we will come and complete the remaining. So it's 6:42 here. So it's 6:42 here. So let's make it till 7 o'clock. Okay. So the break is like 18 minutes break. I will see you at 7 o'clock after 18 minutes. All right. So please be back for the last leg of the presentation. All right, guys, can we start? Okay, good. Thank you. So today's main thing was the first main thing was to do some drafting practice. So we've done that. And my drafting classes will be starting from 5th of November, right? And starting from 5th of November, we will be doing a lot of case studies, a lot of mocks, and then pre-scene and some grand revision on the last day. So this is the details for if you haven't, so if you are already enrolled with me in any of the batch, then no need. Otherwise, if you are self-study, then I really suggest that you consider enrolling in the revision batch. Now, this is the list of important models which you should be familiar with. So only you can say 4 weeks are left. So please, no books, no syllabus. You just need to focus on the important topics. So this is a list of 10 models which you should be familiar, and all of them are covered in my top 25 topics. So you should be familiar with PESTEL, Potter 5, SFA, SWOT and TOES, corporate parenting. So this topic was tested in previous attempt. ANSOF, Harmon process, Mendeley stakeholder, cultural web, three-stage change model, and risk mitigations. Other than the 10 models, then this is a list of 15 topics which you should be familiar with: financial ratios, financial projections, funding strategies, budgets, project management, e-business, big data, IT risks and cloud computing, professional code of ethics, non-executive directors, board committees, family owned, integrated reporting, social and environmental sustainability, risk management and recommendations, control weakness and recommendations, and ethical implications. Please just focus on these topics, and then rest of the time you need to focus on drafting and practice. 20% time on uh, theory, and 80% time should be spent on drafting and practice. Okay. So just a recap, I don't want to go into details again. So from an exam techniques, time management is the first priority. Okay. Linking of exhibit and the content, how to decide number of points, how to format your answer, and what to do with the bouncer question. This is the list of formats which you should be familiar with. Anything can be asked, right? So this is a list of format. All the formats I have shown you yesterday, and I will share the handouts today after the webinar. This is a list or a very brief summary of the 5 professional skills. Now, there are certain issues or challenges with the CBE software. There are certain possible hiccups. So sometimes the copy pasting function does not work, or normally it works, but when you paste it, the formatting or the spacing gets disturbed, right? So don't worry about it. You just paste it as it is. Don't try to correct the format. Don't try to give spacing. Just focus on your elaboration because the examiner knows that this is a CBE problem. Now the study plan for the last 4 weeks. So those of you who are already enrolled with me in regular batch, reset batch, or the upcoming revision batch, this is your study plan. Just revise the top 25 topics. Revise this webinar yesterday and today for exam techniques, formats, professional skills, and please attend all the live classes going forward and then solve those questions in your own time. Okay? This is a self-study plan. This is a study plan for self-study students who do not plan to join any of my paid classes. You should first do the top 25 topics. You should watch the December webinar. And then this is the list of case studies which you should do. So you must do these 5 case studies. Okay, I've given you a list of the best case studies. After you have done solve these 5 case studies, then you do these 3 additional case studies as mocks under strict time conditions. So 8 case studies you need to do if you're a self-study student. If you're a paid student, I will do all these questions in the live classes, including the mocks. Okay. So this is a plan for self-study students. Please stay away from books and revision kit. Why? Number one, you don't have enough time, only 4 weeks are left. Number two, 50% of your paper is common sense. So bookish knowledge will not be utilized. And thirdly, the drafting is more important. So spend more time in drafting and practicing and less time on books. And lastly, all the global prize winners have adopted this strategy. Okay. What are the courses available now for December? So the first one is the revision batch, which is starting from 5th of November. And this is the class schedule. So classes will be held in evening time, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Dubai time. So please calculate your local time accordingly. All classes will be recorded and uploaded the next day so that people who are not able to watch due to any reason, they can watch the recording the next day. Okay. So the class will be like 2 days class, 1 day break, then again 2 days class, and then there's a gap of 1 day. If you don't want to join the revision batch, you can directly just join the pre-scene workshop, which is a 2-day workshop on 26th and 27th November, in which we will discuss the pre-scene, we will understand the case study, we will try to predict what possible questions can be tested. And that's the fees for this one, okay? So any inquiries for admission, this is the number. If you have any questions, you can reach me on this number. The last thing is very interesting. So on the day of your exam, try to dress up formally. Try to dress like a smart, formal, like you are going for an interview. You should dress like a CFO. You should feel like a CFO, and it should think like a CFO, right? So a lot of high scoring students, they gave me this feedback that they went in formal, well-dressed formal clothes for SBL that boosted their confidence. They felt like they were a leader or a senior person. So it's all a game of mindset. If you walk in the exam hall, like a CFO, like a business leader, dressed differently from others, looking smart. It will activate the right portions of your brain and you will be able to think logically during the paper. Try this out. There is no harm in trying this out because this is tried and tested formula. All right, guys, I wish you all the very best. Now I will take questions, whatever type of questions you have, I'm there to answer. All right, so the admission team has not replied as yet. That's fine because today is Sunday, it's off. You will get a reply tomorrow. I will share the timetable today in the various WhatsApp group. Rafe, please don't do all the case studies on the portal. No need. I have handpicked the best ones. So please focus on the 8 case studies rather than all the case studies because some of them are quite old. The pattern has changed. Okay, just do these 8, but the important thing is understand the technique. Case studies will change, but the technique will always remain the same. Wajiha, I have no idea if you think it's workable, if it's giving the desired output, then I have no issues. Suhab, please follow the strategy which I have told. Okay, if you want to follow some other strategy, then it's up to you. What will be covered in the grand revision? So in the last day, 2 days before the exam, we will go through the 8 case studies we had done in one go. We will go through all the requirements of the 8 case studies and try to discuss the requirements. Can this be done in a tabular form? No, dear. Um, for the global link, WhatsApp link, you can WhatsApp me and I will share it with you. Technical articles, there is no new technical articles, so please ignore the technical articles. I wanted to invite the topper, but he was not available today as well because of Diwali celebrations. So, unfortunately, he was not available. Study Hub for SBL, I would suggest forget the Study Hub, just focus on actual past papers. From where you can check your drafted answers. Okay, so I have draft answers of my own. They are all in my Google Drive. So you can check the drafted answers in my Google Drive. If you are starting SBL preparation from today, then you have to give 3 to 4 hours every day. You will first start with top 25 video that will take 6 hours. You will watch the webinar and then you will just attend the live classes or you will solve the questions on your own if you're a self-study students, but you will have to give 4 hours every day. All right, guys, I think a lot of questions are repeated or I've already discussed in my presentation. So if you have any questions, guys, please feel free to WhatsApp me so that I can directly, specifically reply to you. It's not possible for me to answer very specific questions in a big group. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining. The recording of this will be available by tomorrow on the YouTube as well as on the paid portals. And I will share the handouts in all the WhatsApp groups, right? Okay, guys. So you have my WhatsApp number. I will show it again. If you still have any questions specifically to you, just reach out to me. Okay. Thank you so much for joining. Take care and bye-bye.